Hello, guys. Welcome to this new series which we have started for the CMA fraternity. This is a very quick series we have planned, maybe 7 days before only we have planned that to a very quick. Charan sir is very responsive for that, and we have started this series. This is going to be a mini series which will be helpful for you for this December 2025 examination. Before that, I'll just give a short intro about our mentor and a career coach who is very known for his philosophy of smart work and a consistent hard work. And he has been a present employee in the one of the Maharatna companies. And he is also a part of the student who is in an executive program in a global business management in IIM Calcutta. And he is a qualified chartered accountant as well as a qualified cost accountant. And he is not only completed the CMA, he is a all India ranker in all the three levels. He has scored all India rank 1 in CMA Foundation and all India rank 12 in CMA Inter and all India rank 32 in the CMA final. And he has already previously worked in the Standard Chartered Global Services, and he is a speaker, host, and is having a LinkedIn profile of more than 32,000 impressions. And he is a career counselor in the ICA Institute as well as a career advisor. And Sir is also having his own YouTube channel, and he has been a national speaker in most of the events in the ICA as well as for the CMA. And he have mentored more than thousands of students till the date. Mentoring students in the right way has always been the SAS passion. It is none other than our CA CMA Sai Charan sir. Yes, now Sai Charan sir will take on the session with you so that it will be a best series for the CMA fraternity. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sudarshan Shiva, for the nice introduction. And really means a lot to me for such amazing introduction. And also, thank you for planning such amazing series for the CMA fraternity. I've been seeing all your YouTube videos. You have been doing great for the fraternity by giving lot of information and guidance consistently every single day. You give an update to the students. The hard work is huge. And yes, we have planned for a mini series. So I will be taking up some topics today, some topics in the coming episode, and some in the other, because taking all at once is like a load of information is not good for the student. So we'll take up some things because right now exams are coming. So I will focus more on the exam writing presentation things, which is required for the students in the coming days, which will make your revision strategies or your preparation levels much better. So I have just designed a small PPT. It might take maximum half an hour, and then I will take up all the questions. So thank you for that. And whether I am host or not,
Yes,
okay,
sir. You
you
are.
have made me the host. Okay, I will share the screen. Just let me know whether it is uh, visible or not. Okay,
Yes, sir. It's clearly
yeah,
visible.
it's visible, right? Okay. Yeah. So first of all, welcome guys to the episode number one of the CMA online webinar series along with Hari Academy, CACS CMA. And today we will be dealing on exam writing strategy and secrets. And I will also take you through some amazing tips which I personally recognized as a rank holder, which I learned from by my experience over 5 to 6 years of my academic journey, which I will directly give it to you, share it with you so that it will be very much helpful for you. Sir has given an amazing introduction, so I don't think I will need this slide, but I will still take you through some things. I started both CA CMA together, and in CA, I did my CA Inter Group 1 in May 2018, and then CMA Inter uh, both groups in June 2018. Then I concentrated on CA, then I qualified my CA in May 22. Then after that, I worked with Standard Chartered. Then after that, I resigned and then I completed my CMA final in December 2023. So CMA final clearance that came after my post qualification experience of CA at Standard Chartered. Then after clearing CMA final, right now I'm working as a finance officer in one of the Maharatna PSUs of India, which is Power Grid Corporation of India Limited right now. Okay, so I have a track record of clearing both CA and CMA campus placements. I got selected in CMA campus placement in Kolkata as well in Ford Motors, but I didn't join because at the same time I got Power Grid Corporation of India offer, so I had to decline that. But Standard Chartered offer I got it in CA campus placement. Okay, so these are the extra things which I wanted to add upon my introduction and background. Rest you can ask in the questions. Now we'll directly come into the important part. So I will give you some major highlights which help me to secure, clear my exams in first attempt and also secure a rank, all in first attempt in CMA especially. Okay, CA final also I cleared it my first attempt. CA Inter I cleared both groups separately. That's it. So coming to CMA, the first thing which I focus to increase marks, the first thing is accuracy. What happens is uh, during our school time, we have lot of accuracy, but when it comes to professional exams like CA or CMA, our marks drastically come down. The point is we don't match our answers with the suggested answers, or somewhere the answer writing is being affected, or somewhere we are doing some unknown mistakes from our side. That's why accuracy hits and your answer doesn't match with suggested answers, and then your marks come down. Okay, so accuracy is very, very, very important. How do you build accuracy? I will tell in the further points. Okay, so work on it. Whatever answers you are writing, it is not that only the end answer which you will write should be matching. No, the whole step-by-step process should be matching with the answers given by the institute. In that way you have to write every single answer, because step marking is also there in your exams. I will also show you my mark sheet as well. Okay, I have saved my mark sheets for both inter and final. I will show you the mark sheet after showing this step, after giving guidance on the steps, so you will understand how I maintain the accuracy so that I can increase the score and score exemption. Also exemptions come when your accuracy is high. If you just want to pass, if you just want to get 40, 50, then it's not accuracy. That is, you are writing answers in a very generalized way. When you write them generalized, then accuracy takes a hit. Kindly mute yourself. Uh, Otherwise, it makes a disturbance. Yeah. So now coming to the second most important point, you should always know before you start reading, even you have time right now. If you don't know the chapter weightages and uh, which are matching with the previous papers or MTPs, whatever, you have to analyze that. Personally, what I used to do, I will say it to you, how I used to begin the studies. Whenever I start after my lectures or before even my lectures also, I used to note down the chapter weightages. For example, for every study material given by the institute, you have like from this chapter 10 marks or 10%, or from this 2 to 3 chapters you have 20 marks or 20%, whatever. You should always have that complete idea in your mind. Like it has to be printed in your mind that from this chapter, from this subject, these many marks will come. And this is how it is going to frame my paper. Okay. Then only you will have the idea of question paper. How many marks are you actually covering? Okay. So on the basis of that, you can plan and then you can read accordingly. Then you will also get idea which chapters you where you have strength and which chapters you can leave. It's not that you will read 100 marks. You might skip 1 or 2 chapters also, which you might find very tough. Like, for example, in strategic financial management and CMA final, you have Forex. Like many of the students have problem with Forex. Okay. So Forex you can skip. Or sometimes in law, you might have some problems with memorizing one act. Okay, so if you know the weightage of that act or two to three acts, like it constitutes 5 marks or 10 marks, whatever, then you will have the idea that okay, I know up to 95 marks of the paper. I'm studying for 95 marks. I will write 95 marks. You should always be very, very accurate on that part. Unless you don't have idea, you should not start reading or you should not start memorizing. My confidence always increases on this part, that if I'm covering this chapter which is of 15 marks, like my 15 marks preparation is done, and if I've closed that chapter, that means if you ask any question from that particular chapter, I am going to write. That should be your motive of preparing a particular chapter. Okay, like for example, you have consignment or bills of exchange, whatever, in your accounts, in your separate, so for example, for CMA Foundation or Inter, whatever. So from consignment or bills of exchange, you have 10 marks. So if you complete that chapter, that means you should get 10 marks. Okay, you are getting the point, right? So understand the chapter weightages. Then the second point is match it with previous paper or MTPs. That means if an institute always releases MTPs before your like mock test papers before the attempt or previous attempts also, you will get it on the website. Compare that mock test papers with the weightages given by institute in the textbook. That you should do before 1 month of your exams. Then you will get idea that okay, they are following the pattern or not, or they are deviating somewhat or not. Minute deviations will always be there. 5 marks range plus or minus will always be there in one or two parts. Okay. So if you do that analysis, I always had Excel sheets of all the papers of whatever I am writing. Like in this MTP given by the institute, this was the weightage. This was the chapters covered in each question. I always had that Excel sheet in my with me. Okay, so that I can have the track of the paper. With that, you know the flow of question paper also. Like what chapters are they giving in first question? What chapters are they giving in second question? Like in second question, you have 2A, 2B, 2C, or 2A or 2B. What chapter questions are they giving? If you see last past two attempt question papers, you will get idea that in this question number they are asking this. In seventh question number they are asking from these chapters, the ending chapters of your textbook. Okay, so you should do that analysis, which will bring you accuracy. Okay, next, the third thing is answer writing practice, which is very, very, very important to give you a overall idea. That is like, how should I say? It's like completing a meal. Like South Indians, they complete the meal with a curd rice. Okay, if you do not eat curd rice, you don't get the feeling of completing a meal. This is something like that. You have to do the answer writing. If you don't do that, it's like an incomplete preparation. Okay, you are going directly to the exam hall to just directly deal with the, like, it's like a direct attack. Okay, if you write answer writing practice, you will have it will totally turn around your exam strategy. Okay, it has to be properly for 3 hours. Okay, it's just not that you will write 1 hour and leave it just for one chapter or two chapters. No, it has to be for the total syllabus, total papers. You should not have an idea of the question paper. You should write it from in the exam timings only. Like CMA final students should write it in their home from 10 to 1. Okay, Inter from 2 to 5. They have to write it in that timing only. I did that at all three levels. Okay, at least just one or two papers. That's it. You don't need to write all the 8 papers, mock test papers. Okay, even if you write two or three, like one theory paper, one practical paper, one cost management paper, you will have enough idea and it will increase your time management skills also. Okay, so fourth point is the same mock test paper, at least one theory and one practical paper. Like I used to write accounts in practical paper and cost also. In theory, I used to write law. Okay, law or audit or anything like that. Okay, any theoretical paper like strategic management or any cost and management audit also. So there are so many theoretical papers, you can choose anything. Law is the best choice. Okay, next, the fifth point, which will make difference from one student to another student, is being consistent. Okay, consistency is, these are not BCom exams. First of all, please remove that kind of any kind of impression or anything. This is very, very, very serious examination. It is CA, CMA or CS, whatever. They are one of the professional exams. You guys know it. Okay, I don't need to say it again. So you need consistency for all the 3 to 4 months minimum before the exams to score ranks or to clear it in first attempt. Consistency means if you are reading it 8 to 9 hours today, you have to read 8 to 9 hours for the next 3 to 4 months also. Okay, same. It has to go same. How my consistency used to be Monday to Saturday, 9 to 10 hours. Sunday, I used to restrict it to 7 to 8 hours. That used to be my consistency. Sunday, I used to take some break, like for 1.5 hour extra. So that used to bring me energy for the next 6 days. Okay, so you have to be consistent. But how does that consistency come? That comes by writing diary. Okay. Writing diary means it's not feelings diary, it's an academic diary. Okay. Academic diary means what you will do. Like I will just explain a situation, small situation, which I did right from my class 12 till CMA final. For all the exams I gave, I had the academic diary of all the exams. For how many months I sat, I had for all the months. Like I sat for 10 months, 10 months academic diary is there till the last date of exam day. That made me consistent. So what I used to write is whenever I wake up, like suppose I woke up at 6:30, 6:30 to 7, I got freshen up. Then 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., suppose I studied law. Okay. So 7 to 8:30, I used to write law, how many pages or whatever chapter I used to study. I used to write it in a page. And then for how many minutes? 90 minutes. Okay. If you have taken any kind of 5 to 10 minutes break in between that, you can deduct your timing in the end. Okay. Then suppose 8:30 to 9 I had breakfast. Then I used to mention like it has to be in a flow. 8:30 to 9 breakfast. Then 9 again I started suppose I started studying costing. Then 9 to 10:30 costing. Okay. So you have to maintain it for the whole day. There will also be activities like lunch, sleeping, afternoon nap, evening, snacks, tea, face wash, anything. All those activities will also come in the flow along with your study, dinner, whatever. Okay, so all of them will continue. At the end of the day, you have to count the number of hours you have studied, number of minutes you have studied. I used to do that. It used to be like 9 hours someday. It used to be 9.5. It used to be 8.75 hours also. So like that is it used to change over a week or over a week of time, and that is more than enough. If you are studying for 9 hours effectively, removing all the activities of your day, that is more than enough for your output to make you consistent. And also, you have to take breaks consistently. Okay, taking breaks means it has to be every day and for a week period of time. As I said, on Sunday, I used to take extra 1 hour break. Like I used to watch TV, keep my brain somewhat cool because it can't study every single day with the same focus. So 6 days I can maintain the focus. Seventh day I will just slow down myself so that I can study again. And every single day I used to either do meditation or either do cycling or go for a walk or something for half an hour every single day. Okay. Sitting for the whole day studying takes a lot of toll mentally. I'm saying you as a person because sitting for so many months is very, very difficult. Even I know that. Okay. So if you want to do it properly, that I really need 3 to 4 months of quality study, your body should also be in the perfect condition to study so that you can do either meditation or you can do some kind of walking. It will enhance your productivity. It will give your brain some freeness, some air to absorb the pressure which is being built every single day. Okay. So you have then your consistency will automatically maintain. Otherwise, if you are studying for 3 to 4 days for 16 hours, 17 hours, then on the fifth day and sixth day, you won't study at all. That is not good. Okay. Next. Next comes your summary notes for all papers. This is the game changing technique which helps you score rank. Okay, rank means because especially as compared to CA exams, they have one single day gap of in between every two papers. Okay, they are saved. But for CMA students, if they are writing both groups, then they don't have any kind of gap. They are for 8 days, they are writing eight different papers. That is very, very, very difficult. And people who make proper notes with summarized because as a suppose like see, recently I wrote CMA final 9 to 1 10 to 1 used to my paper, come to home, then freshen up, then have lunch, take an afternoon nap, start studying again. Like by 3 or 3:30 I used to start studying again till night 12. So it used to be a complete 9-10 hours process, and also wake up, and before going to exam in the morning, you have to study again 2-3 hours. So there are only 12 to 13, 11 to 12 hours max, like effectively if you count, where you have to summarize whole syllabus. Okay, so that should be your motive right from day one. You should not make bundles of notes for preparing for professional exams. That is not the right technique. You are making, like for SFM, there are totally the institute textbook itself is 1,000 pages. You are taking it and you are making almost 5 to 4 books of notes. There is no use for that. You can't revise 4 to 5 books of notes in 11 to 12 hours on before the exam day. You need to have a very small summary notes consisting of all important questions, list of questions. You should not write everything in your notes. Okay, you just need to have the important list of questions, formulas, all the difficult questions which you need to study before the exam day. Like it has to be very concise. I hope you are getting my point. Like if I say entire costing in 70 to 80 pages, if you can do that, you are going to kill it. You are going to rock it in your first attempt. I'm saying you. Okay, so you need summary notes, and I have my elective paper summary notes which I prepared. Like for I choose paper 20C in my CMA final. So I have that summary notes. How I prepared, I will share it in the group, and then please see it. You will get idea like how I concised whole theory, just subheadings, just like cost and management audit is there. Like all are subheadings. That's it. Even if law, only just section heading, section inside that section, whatever subheadings are there, all those used to be there. No extra paragraphs, nothing, no extra nonsense. Okay, it has to be straight to the point. It has to be matching with your textbook, and the same you have to write it in your paper. Okay, that will make your um, that will make your revision very proper in the last final day, because if you write it in your paper, you will always feel that yes, I always thought that paper was tough. Before that, how many months? Next revision should be last days of your before the exam. So please prepare summary notes very well and utilize that so that you can prepare. Okay. And then coming to your worst paper mindset. Okay. This is one of the mindset technique which will save you from tough papers and also will increase your score in easy papers also. Okay, many people, many students, even many peers, what they do is they just give you random fears that last time this paper came difficult, last time CFR paper was very difficult, financial reporting, so this time it will come easy. No, don't do that. Never do that. Last time it came tough. This time also it may come tough. Okay. Always, whenever I sat for the exam for all the 8 papers, I used to believe that this paper is going to be tough. And my preparation will always be in that level that even if tough paper comes, I will write with the same mindset. Suppose it comes easy, then it will be very, very easy for me because I prepared myself to write a tough paper. Okay, I hope you are getting that. So what happens is if you believe that I will get easy paper for this exam, last paper was tough, so this paper will come easy. Who knows? You never know. Who said that to you? Some random person said that doesn't carry any kind of importance. Okay. So always think that 8 papers are going to be tough, 8 papers. You deal in the same way with the same mindset, make yourself zero and then think with a blank slate. Okay, that will save you from lot of stress. Even if paper comes difficult, you will always feel that yes, I always thought that paper will always be difficult and that will make easy things easy for you. And through this technique, I scored many exemptions. Okay, now I'll show you after this slide, I will show you my marks and you will understand how I scored it. Okay, even after tough paper comes, I will score exemption in the next easy paper or whatever tough paper comes. Okay, next, equal importance to all the papers. This is also a technique which will I will give you some examples. Like suppose if you are writing one group, then your target should be at least three exemptions so that you can score one or two exemptions minimum. Okay. Professional exams are, you should always deduct yourself. Like if you want two exemptions, you should aim for three exemptions. Then you will get two. Okay. That should be your target. If you want 250 score, you should aim for 300. Then you will get 250. I hope you are getting that point. Okay. So always aim higher because you are not going to get exact marks whatever you wanted. That will always come by some deduction because paper checking will always be tough. So they will do the maximum deduction possible for every kind of answer. So you should always aim high so that you can score as per your earlier target. Okay. So for that, you should always give importance to all the papers. Eight papers you are writing, eight papers are important. It's not that I have interest on direct tax. I will only read that. I'm not going to read cost and management audit. It is very theoretical. It is very boring. No, those kind of concepts don't apply in professional exams. Please don't do that. Don't do that. That I am not having interest. I won't read. I will read just for 40. I'm going to come out of it. No, never read for 40. If you're reading for 40, you are going to fail. Okay. Always aim for exemption so that you can get up to 55 to 60. Like aim for exemption means you are aiming for 70 to 80, you will be getting 50 to 60. Okay. If your accuracy is very high, then even if you get 70 to 80, you will get up to 65 to 70. Okay, that is a different case. Every kind of individual won't be that much accurate. Okay, only some will be. But if you aim high, you will get somewhat less. So giving equal importance to all the eight papers or all the four papers is very, very important, irrespective of whatever interest you have on any kind of particular subject. If someone comes to me and asks what is your favorite subject, there is nothing kind of favorite subject for me. All papers are important. All papers I have to pass. Then only I will be a CMA. Then only I will get a rank. Okay, please never do that. Never do that partiality with any kind of subject. If you have favorite, good. But please don't have any kind of no interest kind of papers. That will only reduce your marks. Ultimately, you need marks. Okay, concept absorbing, those all come secondary, but ultimately for passing, you need marks. Okay, so these are the basic uh, tips and mindset techniques which will help you enhance your game for CMA final. So coming are the next 30 days. So you need lot of, if any tip helps from this, I'm more than welcome. More than thank you for that. And I'm going to the next slide for the presentation tips. So presentation tips also I will say you some, then I will take the questions. Okay. So now, in presentation tips, there are two kinds of basically papers. And first of all, coming to theory papers. Okay. Theory papers like law or cost and management audit or any kind of theory, wherever you are writing descriptive answers. Basically, there will be kind of two kinds of questions in theory. Okay. Direct questions, like direct, they are asking you the section, they are asking you the provision, like explain this. So you just have to completely replicate the law provisions or whatever into your answer. No kind of extra analyzing part. Fine. So direct questions will come. Those answer writing depends on your memory. If you see the suggested answers also, I will show you. I have opened it. The recent June 2025 papers. So I will open it. I will also show you how Institute writes that answers. Okay, they just copy paste the whole law provision. So it depends on your memory techniques that how much you are going to memorize. Okay. For law, I always used to maintain a section list with me. I always used to memorize in the sequence, and inside that, whatever extra language is there, that I used to write it in my own English. But the headings or whatever subheadings used to be there, they have to be matching. Completely, they have to be in line with the institute answers. These are separate. Now coming to case study based questions. Okay. These are very, very, very important, especially in law. Okay, even in inter or final or whatever, especially in law. And coming to foundation, there are math statistics questions. Those are completely different. Those are related to formula and writing stepwise. Okay, those we have done it in the school level only. I don't need to exaggerate on that. But now coming to case study based questions. In this step by step writing, I have given you the flow of which I used to write. If you want to change, you can change. But I wrote in the same way in CA Inter, CMA Inter, CA Final, CMA Final, all the four in the same way for law, audit, or whatever theory used to come in the situational based or case study based questions. Okay, that used to be my answer way of writing, and that only I think saved me from the tough papers. Okay, law was always something where I used to fumble. My core strength was practical, but law, I think because of this, I have made it. Like if it was not exemption, but I have made it. But rest of the papers, my marks were very, very good. Okay. So first you have to write the given. What is given in the question? Question might be a big paragraph question, but you have to write the question crux within 2 to 3 lines or maximum 4 to 5 lines. Okay, you have to just summarize the entire question in the given. Okay, it will be my separate heading, given, and then below that a paragraph. Okay, now next comes provision. Provision you have to give heading, then below that paragraph, you have to write the provision which is related to the question. Suppose they are asking you CSR provisions, okay, threshold, or what is the threshold applicable to this particular company? Is it applicable for CSR or not? Okay, you have to describe the CSR provisions as per the law language. You have to use the law language. You should not generalize law anywhere. Okay, you have to commit in the law language. Next comes your analysis heading. In analysis, what you do is you correlate both given and provision. Okay, you connect the question with the provision. That is the part which you should do in analysis part. That means as per the above given provision in this question, because of the fact that company has this much turnover or this much profit level or this much net worth, CSR provisions are applicable because it falls into that category. This kind of analysis you should do in the analysis part. Okay. Then finally comes the conclusion. In conclusion, it will be a single line statement that yes, CSR provisions are applicable to XYZ Limited, whatever. Okay. This used to be my flow of answer for all the case study or situation based questions. And I'm saying you, even if you write a wrong answer, also, you will get minimum 1.5 mark easily, even if it was a 5 marks question. If you do this step, step writing. Okay, in if you write the answers in this way, even if you write a wrong answer also. And my section number used to be on the heading, or the act name used to be heading. Suppose if they ask from Indian Contract Act, that used to be on the heading. Okay, so that gives the examiner in impression that okay, this guy knows this question is from which section, which act. He is very like that brings you the first impression, the overall heading. Then comes given paragraph, and provision paragraph, analysis paragraph, conclusion. You have to write it in a spacious way. Take space or whatever, but write it in a very spacious, in a good presentation. Then underline given, underline provision, underline analysis with pencil, underline conclusion. All those things are extra presentation techniques. They enhance your paper uh, beauty. Okay, those gives you extra marks, extra look of an impression. Okay, even handwriting has to be legible. Okay, it has to be understandable. Next, spacious answer writing, notes to every point. As a next coming to practical papers, I'm coming to practical papers now, which are like corporate financial reporting, strategic financial management, cost and management, and every kind of whatever practical, like even for IDT or DT, well, like whatever calculation questions are there for all those. Okay, what is most important, which I feel, is assumptions should be mentioned very, very correctly. And even the working notes to every kind of answer, like for especially for financial reporting, working notes has to be mentioned for any kind of calculation, for any line you do. If there is no working notes for whatever values you are putting in the main answer, it is like you are deducting your own marks. I'm saying you, before I write any kind of answer, I used to always leave space, leave one extra page for working notes only. Like I know the main answer is going to be one and a half page. Then I used to leave the space completely for working notes. How much descriptive, how much explanation you can give it in the working notes, you can give it. Those will give you lot of step marks. Okay, because stepwise marking will be there. They will enhance half mark, half mark, half mark for each every step. Okay, for this value, you are providing connection to this note number one. Okay, so like for example, you are drafting 9 to 10 entries of internal reconstruction of a like whatever company or partnership job, whatever is there. So for internal reconstruction, you are writing 9 to 10 entries. So for every value, you just give note number one, note number two, note number three. Don't skip them. Okay, mention them properly. It has to be properly connected. Or write working notes first, then write your main answer. Leave space according to that. Those will enhance your marks. Coming to cost papers, you have to write all the formulas. Even if it is the simplest of the simplest question, they are just asking you the marginal cost or break even point, whatever. Always write formulas. Write proper formula, then do the calculation. They will enhance your marks completely, believe me. Okay. Even if the formulas are not there in your suggested answers, please write them. Okay. Enhance the answer in a very clear and explanation. Like the explanation has to be very, very like full of clarity. Okay. Next, coming to your extra tips for examiner, like bold subheading should be matched for law and audit answers, whatever. Okay. So I will show you the suggested answers. So bold subheadings, whatever in like side they have given, they have to be matching inside explanation of paragraphs. They are okay. Like you can write as per your own English, but they should be, but the crux should be matching. Okay. Next, most important trick which will completely enhance your marks in a paper is sequence of writing answers. Okay. It is definitely not necessary that you should write question number one first or whatever. It has to be as per your own order. Okay. But how to decide that order and how fastly you can decide that order. Okay. Whenever question paper is given, then immediately in the first 5 to 10 minutes, the first thing which I do is analyze all the questions. Okay, which question should I do and which question should I leave in a choice? Okay, anyways, we will leave Sudarshan. Like right now, we are having 7 questions, right? Seven descriptive, right?
Which one?
In the like we have 70 marks description and 30 marks
Exactly.
MCQ,
Yeah,
MCQ,
30
right?
marks of MCQ or 15 questions each.
Yeah,
That is a
okay.
completely now previously the before two attempts before the attempt will be like we need to write the answers. Now it is
Hmm.
instead of change it greatly to the OMR paper. That's
Yes,
OMR.
yes. Yeah, for 70 marks, there are 14 marks questions, right? In 14 marks, they have given 7 questions, out of which we have to write five,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Actually speaking, there will be a 7 question will be there.
Yeah,
Out
yeah.
of 7 question, we need to write 5 question.
Five,
Each
five
and every
question.
question will be having a 14 mark. It can be
Yeah,
a single 14 mark question, or it
yeah.
can also be a 7
Yes,
plus 7 combination or
yes, yes,
whatever the
yes.
combination.
Yes, right,
Exactly.
right,
You are right.
right, right. So the sequence of writing answers should be correct. Like for example, now how I am deciding what are going to be my 5 questions, okay, which I'm going to write out of 7. How I will decide it? Suppose, for example, right now, as Sudarshan said, it can be a 40 marks question or it can be 7 plus 7 or maybe 5 plus 9 also. You never know. Okay, they can change. But mostly it will be 7 plus 7 only, as far as I know. Okay, so immediately after giving the paper, I will take the pencil. I will mark it in the last page or whatever. Suppose I have a different technique. I always read the question paper from backside. Okay, I start reading from question number 7. That I don't know how it developed, but that helps me a lot because I believe the starting questions are 14 marks questions. They are long and they are tough. They are something like if you do a mistake in second or third step, your whole answer is gone wrong in a 14 marks question. Okay, what I believe. Instead of that, you can write 7 plus 7. That will that will save at least 7 marks. And even if you do one mistake in 7 marks question, that is okay. But at least you are getting 7 marks. But in a 14 marks question, if you do a mistake, your entire answer is wrong. Okay, then that completely ruins your total answer. Okay, total marks. So I always believe how many more sub questions are there, that is much better for you. It will enhance your accuracy number of questions. Okay. So what I do is, suppose question number seven, A and B. Suppose there are always three types of questions in a question paper. First type is, you know the complete idea. Like, I know this answer. I know completely. Like if it is 7 marks, I can write whole 7 hours, 7 marks accurately. That is first type of question. Second type of question is complete zero idea. You have no idea. Like this question is completely out of the blue. I cannot literally write any kind of answer on this particular question. Zero. Okay, blank. The third kind of question is where you can, where you know half of. Like you are having idea of the question. You can manage it somewhat, like up to a certain step. You can just give it a try. Like you believe that even if you write though that question, you will get 3 or 4 marks, maybe out of 7, or 2 or 3 marks, maybe out of 7, but not fully. Also not zero. Okay. I always categorize my questions in these three different types whenever question paper is given. Full idea. So suppose question number seven, A, B is there. A, suppose full idea, then 7 marks. Okay. Suppose question number seven, B, you are having half idea. Then you can rate yourself like 2 to 3 marks or 4 marks. I do that whole paper within just 5 to 10 minutes max. Then I decide the order of questions. Okay. Then suppose in question number six, I know 7 plus 7. Then I will write that question number six first. Okay. Then suppose I don't have any kind of idea in question number three, zero, zero, complete nil idea. Then I will leave that. Okay. By that, you have the order. At least the starting out of five descriptive questions, starting two questions should be perfect for perfect answers. 14 plus 14, 28 marks answers at least have to be perfect out of your five. Then you are going to easily pass, because out of MCQ, out of 30 marks, even if even if your preparation is average also, you will at least score 10 to 15 marks, okay, in the MCQ part. So out of 30 marks, so at least if you write two descriptive questions properly, 28 marks, that means you can score up to 24 or 25 out of it. Then you are going to easily pass your paper. Next, you have almost three descriptive questions where that will almost constitute 42 marks. Even if you write half of it, you are going to near 55 to 60. Then there is no chance to fail. Okay, people fail to divide it like this. Okay, I always, you don't see 100 marks. You see 28, you see 42, you see 30. Then that will make your paper very, very easy. I always see it in that way. Okay, how much I know out of 28? The first two descriptive questions, out of which I'm very, very confident at it. Out how much confident I am for last three descriptive questions, which are 42 marks. Even if I'm average student also, I can write at least 20 marks out of 42. Three descriptive questions. Okay, even if I'm averagely prepared, I can write at least 10 to 15 marks out of MCQs. Okay, 30 marks. That means half of them are wrong. Still, you will get up to it. Okay. So out of 28, you score at least 24, 25. MCQ 10 or 15, then again 42 out of you score at least 15 to 20 marks. You are getting up to 55. How come you can fail? You cannot fail. Okay. Divide the paper like this, like quantify the marks immediately. By immediately you get the question paper, then you are not going to fail the paper. Okay. Do that for every single. Before going to the paper, I always have the notes in my phone. I always write myself that in this paper I'm totally stressing myself unnecessarily on this chapter. I just write 90 marks or 95 marks, whatever. Okay. So I just write 90 or 95. Then whatever that is my target, I keep 70 or 75 marks target. How much I wrote? How much did I quantify? Okay, I used to match with that. And you won't believe, for CMA, by the time I reached CMA final, this technique became so much helpful for me. My estimate of marks was just 10 marks down. I estimated near 490, I scored 481. Okay. So that was the level of accuracy which I estimated for myself. Okay. So if you do that, nobody is going to fail you. No institute can fail you. You are just failing yourself. With these are smart techniques. I'm not saying you to sit for 9 to 10 hours. Everybody sits. Okay, every professional student sits for 9 to 10 hours. I know that. But these kind of mindset techniques, will enhance your game in the exam hall. Okay. Before that, what you are doing for 3 to 4 months, nothing matters. In the exam hall for 3 hours, what you are doing, that matters. Okay. So the sequence of writing answer should be correct, and that will only level up your impression. Okay. Um, if you're starting with a if you're starting with a 14 marks question and you did it wrong, even if you write good questions later on, you're not going to get the amount of marks which you should get, you're not going to get that complete. Like maybe you will write 7 marks full complete perfect answer, still you'll get 5 because you have downed your impression in the first question itself. So I know everybody writes their confident question in the first, but it has to be quantified, like how much you are going to exactly get, how you evaluate yourself. The amount of evaluation you do for yourself, that will save you a lot. Okay. After writing the exams, then I was very clear that yes, I'm going to pass. These are my estimated level of marks. I told my dad that yes, I'm going to score near 490, 500, bus. Over, game over. I'm not going to tell them that I will go 600 or this, that, nothing. Rank is a secondary thing. If you do all these things, rank will automatically come. I never said you do this for rank. I said you do this for passing the exam. If you do them properly, rank will come automatically. Okay. I never had that idea that yes, I have to score rank in this attempt. I have to score that, this. No, I just focused on all these things. I just focused that my revision has to be completed timely. I just focused that yes, my flow has to be correct. My handwriting has to be nice. Presentation has to be nice. Examiner should not suffer any kind of irritation because of my paper. That is my main motive. Okay, you should never irritate any kind of examiner by seeing your paper. If whoever sees your paper, they should not get any kind of bad impression. Okay, have that motive in mind, you will easily pass any kind of exam. Okay, even for CA final, I wrote 8 papers in a row. CMA final, I wrote 8 papers in a row. Even I had a long, I went into job. I came, resigned later, came back to home. I lost my student touch, but I still revived myself. Okay, you won't believe for CMA final, I just sat for 3.5 months. Within 3.5 months, I completed my self study. I did 3 times revision of 8 papers within 3.5 months. Okay, for December 2023 attempt. So I did that all by myself. Okay. So if you have that particular planning, if you have consistency, 9 to 10 hours you can sit, you are focused, you are dedicated. It is going to be a cakewalk. Okay. Pressure will be there, less sleep will be there, food will also suffer, whatever will be there. But your brain has to work very nicely. Okay. You cannot compromise on your working condition of your brain in those 3 hours. Okay, ultimately that is going to be the battle, and these are the points which I wanted to say from my side. Okay, so now I would like to take the questions. If you have any kind of questions, please let me know. If you have any kind of question, please let me know. And okay, I will share the my intermarks, C intermarks. Okay, so just wait. Uh, Just wait, okay. So these were my June 2018 attempt. Is it visible, Sudarshan?
Yes, yes, it's
Yeah.
visible. It's
So this
clearly visible.
is, yeah. So these were my marks. If you can see, there were totally 7 exemptions in my CMA Inter. Okay. 7 exemptions, only law paper, that was 53. Rest all the papers. As I said, you have to give equal importance to all the papers. So 80, 65, 74, 65, 76. So whatever. So it has to go in equal. If you ask me what was my least favorite subject out of it, I would say direct tax. But I still scored 65. You cannot compromise on that. Okay. Even till date, I don't like direct taxation, if you ask me. But I still, there is no that. You should not keep any kind of limitations in your mind while you're preparing for exams. Okay. So these are my intermarks. And then just wait. Next, coming to final marks. This was December 2023 attempt, and final also, if you see, all were almost equal marks. Okay, if you see, all were near equal marks. Okay, 62, 56, 64. There are 5 exemptions and 2 near exemptions, like 56 and 59. Law again, it got 49. Okay. So if you have to maintain the pace in that way so that you can score easily. And then coming to the law paper, which I said, like direct questions, which are like, for example, discuss the duties and liabilities of directors under the provisions. They have directly asked you the provisions, nothing more than that. They have directly copy pasted the law. So these duties have to be correct, these weddings, and liabilities to outsiders. Like in every line, you have to remember some keyword so that you can write accordingly. Okay. And suppose for like, yeah. So as I said, like CSR type of questions, these are application type based questions. Okay. These are like you have to relate it with the law. Okay. So they have described first provision, and you can write given also. Then since RR fulfill, CSR regulations apply. Okay. Then you have to, for every kind of conclusion answer, you have to relate it with the provision. Okay. Here they have given it very less, but you can expand the answer. Okay. Accordingly, as I said in the given provision analysis and conclusion way. Okay. Next, coming to the CFR paper. CFR, if you see this, just let me show you. Like suppose this is the asset related accounting. Okay. So PP accounting they have shown, but for all those calculations, they have given the working notes. Okay. A calculation of carrying amount or whatever recoverable amount. So for everything, they have written the formula, and then they have done the calculation. So formula is very, very important. You cannot just do the direct So here also, even for just calculating depreciation also, they have written a small formula. So don't miss these small points. They will enhance your complete answers. Okay. So see, the segment revenue criterion threshold is 10% of revenue. Write it in the text form. It will enhance your answer, whatever. And even one more thing. I used to take the scale, I used to take the pencil. For all these tables, I used to draw the tables properly. You should not just write rough text. You have to present it in a table form. Even for writing journal entries, all proper. If you see open that, it will look like a book register. Okay, if you see my paper, I don't have those. But if I used to frame journal entries, they will look like a proper book register, like properly debit, credit, ledger, all those lines and everything. So don't compromise on presentation. Okay, it will improve your marks. So this is from my side. Uh, Next, you can answer the questions. Yeah, almost till 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can go for the question. Uh, One of our student have asked the question named Par. Have you prepared OM in CMA Inter? Any book reference or a teacher you referred? How you have done with the OM part?
Okay. For OM part, for the concepts, I used an YouTube channel at that point of time. Like even if you search just the concepts of OM, you will get like proper explanation of
Your video is stuck. Your video is stuck.
answers, like
Can you just repeat it? Can you just repeat it, sir? Your video is having a trouble.
actually, okay. Okay,
Yep.
I will answer it by muting the video because I think there is some network problem. Okay,
Yeah,
voice is
exactly.
audible, right?
Yeah, voice is audible.
Okay. I think voice will work now because PPT is not there. So you asked for the OM inter preparation, right? CMA inter.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for OM, I used YouTube channel. Okay, so YouTube channel, I exactly don't remember it. It was almost 6 to 7 years back. But if you search the concepts of OM in YouTube, you will get lot of videos of explanation, like for critical path methods or project networks or whatever concept, even the assignment calculations or any kind of method. Okay, you will get all the YouTube videos. I just saved those in a playlist, and then I used to watch them and prepare. Rest the calculations, once I understood, I did it by myself only. No particular teacher or nothing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next
Yeah.
student I've asked the question is named Anusha Bhavani has asked the question. Did you take any coaching classes or self-study and any
Okay.
tips for the self-study?
Okay. I took coaching for taxation. I took coaching for direct taxation and indirect taxation because at that point of time, GST was newly started.
Yes.
Okay. So in 2018, so I really wanted that. And the rest of the subjects I did self-study. Okay. Self-study, I will give you lot of tips because notes making is one of the art which
Yes.
which will save lot of hours, which will save not only hours but also days. Okay.
But yeah,
Day,
preparing, I saw this. Sorry to interrupt. The thing is,
yeah.
while preparing a notes, it will take more time, but it will be
Yes.
much helpful at the time on the last day of the
Yes.
examination. That
Yes.
very specific for CMA
Yes.
students because those who are writing
Mm.
both the groups, or for
Yes.
that matter, even those who are writing single group also, they will be getting
Yes.
1.5 days in between. They cannot able
Yes.
to see all the 700 pages in the study material.
No. Yes.
You know very well our CMA study material that there
Yes.
are so many mistakes are there. The little bit of mistakes are there, and it
Yes.
is also having that much of bunch. It will look like a pillow.
Ah. Ah. Yes. Right.
We should create that. That is a major
Yeah.
thing we should have. And if possible, we'll create a separate session for the self-study students
Yes,
later
yes,
point.
yes, 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 yes. Like note down these points. Like we'll cover it in the further webinar. Like I will take a guidance on like how to do self-study like
Exactly.
properly. Okay, we can do it after the exams. Like it will be good. And I will tell you Anusha later on say tips. Like it has to be properly note making. More than I say, and you have to be like consistent. Like in the starting. Rest, it is just like lectures only. Once you prepare the notes, it's almost equal to listening lectures. That's it. Next,
Yeah.
Per asked some
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, I cleared my CA Inter both group after multiple attempts in November. I'm preparing for CMA Inter Group 2 December attempt. I want to ask the delaying CA articleship for CMA. My ITT training is also left in CA. It's delaying articleship. I think if you are confident with your CMA attempt, like if you have completed your syllabus studying and it's over, then please join CA articleship. Please don't delay it because it will almost take 2 years. And then for CMA also they are not I think they are not recognizing CA articleship for CMA.
Yes.
So they won't give you the exemption. So you have to do it separately again for 15 months. So the more you delay articleship, the more it will take it in the long term. It will delay your attempts. So join CA articleship. You can also do the studying along with articleship also. It's not that big task, I think. And
Yeah.
then Kamala Chandran sir, what combination of subjects we can revise in a day, and how many subjects we can revise in a day? Yes, this is one point. I will say you during CA final. I'm saying from my personal experience during CA final, I used to read 3 to 4 subjects in a day. Okay, that used to be my mood, I can say, mood and mindset. I used to read 2 subjects in the one subject before breakfast, one before lunch, in the evening, one subject, and night, one subject. Okay, I used to read like that, whatever my brain is okay with it. Okay, ultimately, you're going to get the results whatever
I guess, sir,
Okay.
I
Okay.
guess there will be network glitches from your end.
Yes, yes, yes.
We'll switch off our videos so that we'll take up the questions smoothly.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I have switched off my
Yeah,
video.
sure.
I will right now is the voice audible?
Yeah, your voice is audible.
Okay, okay, okay. I will do it this only. I won't switch on the video. So see, Kamala Chandran, the point is you can study 2 to 3 subjects in a day, or you can also study one single subject for the whole day. Ultimately, if your output is good, you can do it in any way. Okay, for CMA final, I used to study single subject for 3 4 days, or for 1 week also. I was okay with my output. Okay, so you can do that. So that depends on you personally. Okay, that is not a like a thing which everyone has to do. Um, okay. Then, sir, is it fine to do CMA India with CFA? Yeah, yeah, you can do. You can complete it, the CMA and CFA. Yeah, that will also be a good combination. CA plus CFA, CMA plus CFA, anything we will do. Anything will work. Fine. Okay. Then, uh, right now is the voice okay, Sudarshan?
Yeah, it's clearly audible.
Okay, okay, great. And then Sarika is asking, sir, how do we prepare for the exam 10 days before? See, 10 days before, you are just going to revise. Okay. Basically, what I do in the last 10 days is I just I just wrap up every single subject in 1 2 days. Like every 2 days, one subject, every 2 days, one subject, so that my speed comes. Okay, so that I can increase my speed for the final day. Because for the final day, you are only having half, almost just 11 12 hours. So that if you have to reach that level, you have to revise the total subject in 2 days. So you can do that in the last 10 20 days. And also in last 10 days, you have to write two mock papers, at least one theory, one practical. You have to do it in the last 10 days only. Then it will increase your handwriting speed, increase your mindset for sitting in a exam. Okay. So that you have to do. And if you have any kind of mock test papers or revision test papers or any workbooks or whatever, you can do it in the last 10 days also. Okay, so that is from my side. And yeah, Anusha, sure. In the further webinar next week or something, we will do on self-studying also. And then tips for memorizing theory. Tips for memorizing theory is mnemonics. Mnemonics, I think if you have idea, okay, mnemonics means you have to make codes for all the answers. Okay. I will share the paper 20C CMA final elective paper notes in the group. Once you see that, you will understand how I do theory and how you can increase marks. Okay, how you can score exemption. Because how should I say? Like for example, just give me a second. Like this is law answer, right? Mm, like there will be uh, just let me share the screen once again. Just let me share the screen. Okay, so if you see this question, analyze the role of Reserve Bank of India in formulation of monetary, banking, and financial policies. This is one theoretical question. Okay, now you see the answer. These paragraphs, or this paragraph, like below the inspection of banks, these you can write it in your own words. There is no point of memorizing every single sentence. You have to write these perfectly. Inspection of banks, single word should not change. Regulatory role of commercial banks, that exact heading has to come like that only. Okay, and rest of the paragraph you can write it in 3 to 4 lines or 2 to 3 lines also. Okay, next, this anti-money laundering, this heading has to be same to same. It shouldn't change. Approval monitoring. So what I do is, in my summary notes, what I write, I just write the role of Reserve Bank of India, and then I write these subheadings in a list. Okay, one, inspection of banks; two, regulatory role of commercial banks. All these 10 to 12 subheadings, I just write it in my summary notes. There are no paragraphs or nothing in my notes. Okay, then I make it in a technique. B, okay, IRA, then I do that, and then I do that mnemonic stuff. Okay, so that you can remember those subheadings. Okay, I do that for many questions. Okay, okay. So these are the memory techniques, and the more you revise, the more you are going to remember the questions. You should do minimum 3 4 times, then only you will remember the codes. And it comes like, you ask me this particular question, in my mind that code comes. IRALB. Then I just write IRALB, and then I expand those subheadings in my, and then all the paragraphs below that heading, I will write it in my own English, because English is good. So no problem. So no issues with that. So memorizing, you can do that. I think there are no further questions.
Yes, there are no
Okay.
further questions. We
Yeah.
have done up with this session. My heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for sharing your valuable insight for the CMA fraternity, especially about the CMA exam strategies, as well as the mindset you have covered, the points you should be accurate in all those things, and you should also prepare the consistency. Consistency, I always tell this in my class, consistency will always matters, and discipline is more than important. There will be
Yes.
saying consistency will gives you certain confidence, and consistency will create a competence for you, and the consistency will make you a real champion and a real professionalism. There will be a maintain, and you are also covered a beautiful point of covering how to change from the worst paper mindset, and
Yes.
it's very clear and more practical and truly motivating. We'll see it in the next session. With
Yes.
this, signing off of Sudarshan along
Yeah.
with CMA Sai Charan sir,
Yeah.
CMA Chai Charan sir.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you so much, Sudarshan. It was nice talking to everyone. Yeah.
Thank